engaging celebrity interviews, exciting updates from Christian filmmakers, movie reviews so you can choose your movies wisely, and so much more here on Faith on Film with Isaac Hernandez and Holly McClure.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Faith on Film. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Holly, I know that you did some really cool interviews this week.
Thank you. I did. We did. I got to interview the cast and behind-the-scene people for the movie The Unbreakable Boy. And it's a true story based on a true story. Zachary Levi of course, plays the father. And you're going to love this interview. We found there were so many wonderful things said about the story, but also some interesting, I don't think a lot of other people got behind the scenes of how the story got brought to Kevin Downs, who produced it with the Kingdom Story. So there'll be an interesting note on that. And we also interviewed someone that we love and we're proud of, Melissa, right?
Yes. You know, we normally have her. This is what's fun about today, I think, is we normally have her for like 2 minutes where she pitches maybe a movie that they're premiering. Maybe she tells us about the guests we're going to talk to. But today we got to talk to her for an entire 10 minutes, and she's got some exciting news about a new network that they're launching. But you know what?
She's not just a sponsor. She's an actress. So we got to talk to a real actress today.
Yes, we did. And a good one at that.
Good one at that.
But listen, first let's take a look at the trailer for the movie that you had
The Unbreakable Boy.
Interviews, Unbreakable Boy, which, by the way, is a really wonderful movie.
Phenomenal.
Let's take a look at the trailer.
Hey, Ozman, are you sure that's the right hat for your first day?
Don't be a goober, Daddy-o. Jessica is the best one. It's the Mountain Dew Code Red of hats. And the best part is the chicks dig it.
Oh, do that.
I'm Austin, but you can call me Ozman. Welcome back, everybody! I have a lizard named Marty and a killer hat collection. When I meet people, I tell them everything. Logan, this is Tyler. He said we can be best friends. All I have to do is shut up. Oh yeah, I'm also autistic.
Autism presents itself in many different ways.
It's a class for kids with special needs. They think that it's time, that it's only going to get worse.
Earth to Austin.
I think his brain's on another planet.
Nope, my brain is right here in my head on Earth.
This is not what I thought it was going to be like.
Shoes on. Dad's late for work. Hey, whoa. Austin, what are you doing?
I feel like I'm failing every day, and the harder I try, the worse I do.
Honey, your mistakes don't define you. How you heal does.
You've given up so much for this family, and you have never stopped fighting for us.
Here's to one day at a time.
Check out my sweet new board.
Why are you such a jerk, man? Give it back.
It's not, but you can borrow sometime.
Why do you even want to be friends with him? Because he's sad. Here's a cute fact. Sometimes a sad moment feels happy. And sometimes a happy moment feels sad. I don't always know why. That's just what it's like to be Austin.
You're doing awesome, dude. Go on, get back out there.
I can't.
Sure you can. Watch this. Hey, Ozman, do you want to fly?
Yeah!
I wish I could enjoy anything as much as my son enjoys everything.
Woohoo! Look, Dad, it's a dragon!
Because Austin, every day can be the best day. Every moment, the best moment.
This is the best day of my life!
You just have to be able to see it.
Hi, how are you? Good morning.
Hi, guys. Hi, Kevin.
Yeah, how's it going?
Old friend. High five. Thank you. Listen, just incredible and short time to ask so many questions that I want to ask. But Scott, how was it to co-write with John Gunn and then see this amazing director work with his story and do what he did with it? How was it to you to see this play out on screen?
Well, I wish I could take some credit for the screenplay, but that's all John. And I was chatting with John last night, and I call him the maestro, and he'll always get a Christmas card from me. But it's funny because Teresa, my wife, kids me, because John, there were some instances where John knew more about me than I knew about myself. And he corrected me on some things, which just kind of blew me away. But he took, the creative license he took, even everything, just the nuances and the subtle things that he did. And it's partly because of how much time he spent with us over about a 6-month period on Zoom and text and everything else. It's so accurate. And I won't say it made it easy for the cast to portray us because of the way the screenplay was written, but he nailed it.
And Peter, I would say as well, is working with John and his direction and your perspective on the faith element since you play the preacher.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I kind of found the book and brought it to Kingdom Films and Kingdom, shepherded to Lionsgate. And so for me, I was a fan of the book as a whole and Scott's whole journey, and that included the whole faith element too. I grew up Catholic, and so for me, faith has always been important to me. So, in the elements of this movie, Pastor Rick for me really signifies somebody that you can lean on. So it's like when somebody's going through something, a lot of times they shy away from wanting to lean on people. They're embarrassed. They're feeling alone, or they're feeling like the weight of the world on their shoulders, and they just don't know who to turn to. And whether you reach out to friends, family, or a higher power, it's always humbling to do and a good thing to do. So I feel like that character kind of signifies that.
So you brought it to Kingdom Story. You're the one that saw the book and kind of had a passion about it.
Yeah, well, his fault. Yeah. To my brother-in-law's credit, it's a funny story. My Scott walked into my brother-in-law's pharmacy in New York, and was talking to him about his book. And my brother-in-law called me, and he never calls me about industry stuff at all. And he said, "You know what? This guy walked into my store. He was telling me about a book he wrote. You should make it into a movie." And so I thought, I didn't think much of it because, I didn't know Scott, I didn't know the book, and to take that on is a huge feat. And then I read it, and it just really resonated with me as a father, and also just all the themes in the book. And so it was a journey to get it into the right hands, and then Kingdom, took it from there. And the rest of it's been divine intervention and divine planning, because the universe has a plan for this movie, and it came out at a perfect time where I think people need it. It's a movie that brings people together, that is a movie about faith and resilience and hope. And I think we need all of that right now.
And we do need all of it right now. And Kevin, I've seen the journey of so many films that you've been involved with. This one's special to you, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, this film got made because of COVID. And the reason why is what drew us in so much is, you're trying to always forecast where audiences, where their headspace will be when a movie comes out. And, coming out of a pandemic, because in my mind, okay, we're going to survive this. It depends on how much time, how long it'll take. But people are going to need hope and inspiration and love and encouragement and bravery, which is a big theme in this film. And so to have it come out right now, I think it's just perfect. I mean, our movies tend to find that perfect moment to be able to relate to audiences. I think this one has its moment.
It does. It does. I laughed. I cried. I kind of... I was exhausted after some of the scenes, but at the very end of it, it was like, yes, we need a film like this. So congratulations, guys. Thank you so much, all of you, for telling this story and bringing it to everyone. It's needed right now. Blessings.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You too. Hi, guys. Hi. Listen, I have little time to ask so many questions that I know you don't have time to answer, but I'm just going to tell you, phenomenal film, phenomenal story, touched me in so many ways. Zachary, you recently announced that you're going to be an expectant father. Do you feel like this film was kind of a great training ground for you? God kind of put it in your path to learn all the different elements and probably more. But really, I mean, you went through a lot in this movie, making this movie, didn't you, as a father to be in father?
Yeah, no, listen, filming this movie was already a blessing in so many ways. And I'm so grateful that I got to play this role and bring Scott and his story and the story of the whole family to life. I think it's a powerful one. I think it's an incredibly relatable one. I think that, I have yet to see anything that represents and speaks so truly, honestly, and beautifully about a family navigating the waters of autism like a film like this does. And not just that, the faith that's infused into it, the addictions that are a part of it. This is not just a feel-good movie. This movie does make you feel good, and it's full of hope, and it's full of love, and it's full of perseverance. But it allows the audience to go through the lows that really amplify the highs and shows you the payoff of what it means to really struggle through things together. And I know that is parenting in a nutshell. I am so excited to be a father. I've wanted to be a dad since I was a kid. So I'm very excited about that. And this was absolutely something that kind of lends itself to me having a better understanding of that. Also, my nephews that I've had the privilege of getting to uncle for, now 8 years. That's been great training ground, being, uncle's act to so many of my friends' kids for many years. This was really, I've played a father in other projects before, but this was definitely the most, I think, kind of just real and heart-wrenching, but heart-rending, heart-warming. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely it was. And Jacob, you have, first of all, how'd you learn all these lines? I mean, hats off to you. You had a lot of dialogue to learn in this film and this character, the evolution of it. I mean, what an emotional journey you went through to make this movie as well.
Yes, the memorization there was a lot to learn, but we took it like piece by piece, especially for the monologues. The most difficult was definitely the Jack Nicholson, you can't handle the truth part, I'd say.
I love that.
Yeah. It was fun to do once I got it fully down, but it was difficult. I remember I was working with my on-set coach. We were like in the hotel room, and we kept playing the clip over and over again, going through it piece by piece. It was definitely difficult. However, it was also really fun to do, and it was never too difficult where I wanted to give up. Memorization has never come that tricky to me, but I had a great time doing it all, and
you did it so well.
You did it so well. Okay, you two both had a lot of scenes, intense, happy, fun, a lot of them. Jacob, what was one of your favorite scenes that you did with Zachary? What was one of the favorite scenes from the movie you did with him?
I mean, there's got to be only one correct answer, the flying scene, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Zachary, do you have one?
Well, it's funny, I think that it's that whole sequence. It's being out, the flying scene is part of it, but I think even going and flying the kite together, although that was not a scene that we did, it was a younger version of you. But I think every single time there's a scene where Scott is learning how to be a better man because of the optimism and the hope and the love that Austin shows him, reminding him of what is important in life. Every one of those scenes were my favorite scenes.
Yes. And I love how it took up for bullying, because I know, Zachary, that was important to you. That was something happened to you personally. And boy, I love how the story dealt with it and how Austin had dealt with it, Jacob, how you had to deal with it, and just made everything lighthearted. And in the end, boy, we all supported you. You really cheer at the end of this movie, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's something to cheer.
Yeah,
it's a story worth celebrating. It's a story that is, again, it's not just something that is meant to make you feel good the whole time. It's something that's supposed to make you think. It's something that's supposed to make you feel and really process the human condition, and be reminded that there is something that's bigger and more important than all of that, and loving oneself and allowing that love to then spill out into everyone around you.
It really shows how important I think love is, and just loving everyone around you and accepting everyone around you no matter what. I think it's a really good lesson that this movie teaches.
And it does do that. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for being with me. And a phenomenal film. I'm going to support it so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
God bless. Isaac, I love that interview. And I not only loved it with Zachary and the boy who played him, it was wonderful. I love Zachary's heart. He just found out they're pregnant and getting ready to have their own child. So this was a great training grounds for him. And, he's already been talking online and social media about his faith and how he came from a dark place of being bullied and addicted to finding God. And so I just pray for him, you guys. Pray for him to get married. Pray for his life, his baby. He's one of those actors that's dear to my heart. And I really want to see, even God used him even more in amazing roles, which he is. But also, I found it fascinating. Peter Facinelli, for those of you looking at him going, he's a preacher, but I've seen him before. Well, if you watched Twilight or saw him in Twilight, plus he's been in tons of movies. Of course. He is a Hollywood actor that's been around for a while. So I found it interesting how he told the story that his brother or what a cousin, what came to him and brought that script and said, hey, this is, the guy showed me this. It's a true story. Folks, that's how movies get made sometimes. Is someone will say, I know someone who knows someone, and they bring that script, and lo and behold, that's how it gets made. Isaac and I have seen it over and over done in Hollywood, where that's, I mean, it's not like you always have to submit it. You may know someone who knows someone, and that's all it takes to get the movie made. And I was impressed with that because it was just kind of a, oh yeah, and then I present it to Kingdom Story, which of course is our friend Kevin Downs. We love the Downs brothers. We love Kingdom Story, John Irwin, the Irwin brothers. So we are very familiar with the films they do. And I think everyone's going to love this movie. It was so moving. I cried. I laughed. I was exhausted. And some of the scenes he talks so much, and I talk a lot, but I mean, he talks a lot, and I was exhausted. It was like, oh, how did these parents do it? So hats off to the parents who deal with these children.
Let me ask you something. The kid that played the kid, did a marvelous job. Is he actually also on the spectrum? I'm going to
a little spectrum, yeah, but just a little, but not as much as his other one was. But he, the lines he had to memorize, Isaac.
I know. I'm impressed. A lot of lines and great acting. He really nailed the character.
He really nailed it, and he was such joy, and he lit up the screen, and he was always happy, and it made you smile, and then he was up against the bully and the things that were done to him. And it's that sweet side of God just blessing that child that you go, Lord, thank you for letting us see it. And I like at the very end where they show the real people. Like they show the real kid. They show the real. I love that.
When they do that.
So
when they do that.
You get to connect with the story. But anyway, just an amazing movie. The Unbreakable Boy, folks, please put it on your list to see it. And probably kids can see this movie. I mean, there's a little bit more in-depth things, so it's not a younger kids, but older kids who can understand the story. They're going to appreciate the dynamics of the bully, what takes place at school, the brother, what the family had to deal with. It's just so good. So good.
Absolutely. Well, hey, now let's take a listen to what Melissa had to say. Melissa, welcome to Faith on Film. You know, I'm so excited because normally we have you on for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes as you're pushing another guest that you've brought to us. But today you are with us the entire interview.
We get just you. Yay, Melissa. Good to see you. Good to see you and good to hear from you.
So good to see you both and so great to be back on the show. I love your show. Everyone I know loves your show. So it's always an honor to be a guest on. And I'm excited that we get to talk about all kinds of things today.
Well, tell us what it is you want to talk about.
Well, the first big news, as you know, Encourage TV has actually launched a new channel. It's called Encourage TV Kids. You can find it on YouTube, of course. It's just all kids content, no worries for parents. So it's a wonderful tribute to our children, programming that they can watch, that they can enjoy. And it just launched, so it's brand new, and we're really looking forward to having people subscribe and having parents subscribe and having grandparents subscribe for their kids and enjoying all the programs that we have on there.
So this is not kids like Disney kids. Okay, I shouldn't have probably put them in, but this is good, safe things for faith-based kids, right?
Yes, very much so. Yes. All good faith-based content. There's a lot of great shows on there. There's some series on there that kids can enjoy and really get into, so they can watch several different episodes of series. And it's like I said, it's a very safe place for kids to just good, wholesome programming.
You know, are you seeing, because there's other outlets right now for kids and other channels, and what are you guys doing that's different from everything else that people could go, wow, this is really different for kids and for teens?
So we're doing some animation, and then we're doing, actual programs. Kids Beach Club is one. It's just kids who are basically bringing other kids into a Bible study type of thing. And then there's animated stuff too. So there's all kinds of, different ways, that you can entertain children. And I do think being a mom myself, when my boys were little, I know they loved relating to and watching other kids in the programs. So, we're doing that. We're also being very picky about it being specifically for children and that being really important to us. So we're keeping in line with that. So yeah, we're just really excited about it because we feel like it's a market that's not been tapped yet, right? There's not a lot of programming out there that's really safe for families to sit down and watch stuff with their kids without any worry that they're going to see something that they don't want to see. And it's faith-based, and yeah, it's just good, wholesome stuff, So get your cookies and milk, right? And and curl up with your kids and watch some good programming. The other thing I wanted to tell you is that we have 2 language channels now as well. We have Encourage TV Espanol and Encourage TV Portuguese. So there are 2 different programs that you can watch that are all in those languages, which is great. So that, if you don't speak English, you can still enjoy some Encourage TV programs, but they are in those languages. So it's, it's limited. We don't have as many films as we do on Encourage TV yet. But, slowly we're adding to those 2 channels in those languages.
Where can they see Encourage TV? I'm curious. Where can they find that?
On YouTube. It's a YouTube channel. You can subscribe. It's free. And you can watch multiple, and any of these channels are all on YouTube. So at Encourage TV Espanol, at Encourage TV Portuguese, at ETV Kids, or at Encourage TV are all the places that you can find them. YouTube's like a search engine, so all you have to do is put in those handles, and you'll be able to watch any of those programs on there.
Holly, we're going to have to... No, wait. Vamos a tener que hacer un programa en español, Holly.
No comprende.
Exactly.
No comprende. That, or we could do a kids program and get on the kids channel.
I love that. I love that.
Very little.
And I have one more very exciting thing.
Okay.
Actually, a few more very exciting things. I told you I have so much to talk about today. We also at Twin Engines Global have launched a new marketing company. It is called One Pulse Marketing, and they're specializing in a couple of different areas, obviously film marketing being one of them. But in addition to that, we have nonprofit organizations that we have taken on as clients. So it's just really good, good things that we're doing, for the soul ministries, church networks. We have a client called Our Arts Foundation that helps survivors of trauma through art. We have a BEB Global that helps children that we're working with right now. So, there's all kinds of things that are happening at Twin Engines Global right now. We're very excited about this new launch of One Pulse Marketing too. And you can find them at NRB this year or onepulsemarketing.com.
Wow. What do you do in your spare second?
I don't ever sleep because, like we talked about earlier, I actually just shot a movie and I'm in the middle of shooting another one.
Oh my God! Well, tell us all about that.
I saw some pictures of you looking really like in old clothes, or I don't know, pioneer clothes or old clothes, trying to look dirty. You can't take a dirty shot or an ugly picture of you. I'm telling you right now, no matter what. But tell us in a couple of minutes what films are coming and where can we see them?
Yes. So we have a film called Wild Faith, and we just shot a sequel to that film. It's called Wild Faith Christmas. So it's the late 1800s. My character is Hester Thicket. She wears no makeup. She is just complete, kind of a tomboy and just a wonderful, rugged, fun character. Doesn't talk a lot, which is completely opposite of me.
Wow.
But yeah, so that's a sequel to our film Wild Faith. Wild Faith you can actually see on Encourage TV right now. The film won't come out until next year. So then it will be out next year, and we're so excited. It is just bringing back so many favorite characters from that original storyline, and I don't want to give too much away, but you will love this storyline and these characters. They're rich with layers and very wholesome, very sweet. But yeah, back in the late 1800s. So I just got to kind of roll out of bed and head to set and not have to worry about hitting the makeup chair.
Well, you
what's the one you just shot last weekend?
So that is that I forgot. I'm not allowed to say the title of it yet, but to be determined, right? I'll give you that.
No one's ever allowed to say anything ever about. We always are like, "What's you shooting?" Oh, we're not allowed to say it. We never
can't say.
We try, don't we, Isaac? We try.
Well, it would be nice if we got the scoop, though.
It would be, especially from.
Let's just say it was very cold, and a lot of the scenes where it was very cold because we shot it in Michigan, and I don't know if y'all know, but Michigan right now is not a warm place.
My daughter lives there, and I do know it is not a warm place.
No. So I had to suffer for the craft this last weekend.
Wow.
Where did you shoot it?
In Fowlerville, Michigan, which is a little town, and then we are shooting some scenes in Lansing area at a studio actually. So that will be warmer. Yeah, we shot up north in Alpena, Michigan, but it was more, it was more fall time, so it wasn't quite as cold. And just, back in the day, I mean, people just live more simplistic, and so it was really great to adopt that philosophy and that mindset, and their faith was so strong, because they were fighting to eat, right? They're fighting to live, to get food, and they just had a beautiful relationship with the Lord, and I loved that film and everything about it.
Nice.
You are one busy lady, that is for sure, Melissa. It's good to keep up with you and find out what's going on.
I know. Well, I can't wait to see you both at NRB, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's going to be a great time.
We'll be there.
And if any of your viewers are going to come to NRB, definitely let us know. I mean, we'd love to meet with them and say hello at the very least. I mean, I know a lot of filmmakers are going to be there, so we're so excited to reunite with them. And it's always so fun to be on your show and to see you both. And I can't wait to see you in person.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for being our sponsor, too. We really want to thank you for your support of Faith on Film and allowing us to be able to do the show and to give it to so many. So we hope people support you just as well as much as you've supported us. We thank you for that.
Yeah. Now, as a recap, is there one place maybe where everybody can just go to find out everything that you're doing?
So IMDb is always a great spot, right? If you're looking for movies of the things that I'm doing, just, search my name on IMDb and it will pull up all the films that I've done or all the ones that I'm in pre-production on or all the ones that I'm currently working on. And then twinengines.global.com will show you all the different channels and companies and all the different business side of the show that I do. So yes, you can go to either of those two spots and it will take you to where where you're looking to go.
That's wonderful. Well, I am so excited that we had you on for more than just a couple of minutes today.
Me too. Me too. We are so happy to have you on. Bless you and all that you're doing. And we look forward to seeing you at NRB. Isaac, I just love Melissa. I love that she loves our show. She's such a great supporter of us. And I love that she still acts. She's an actress. I mean, she still has passion for things that she does in the entertainment industry. So that when she's looking at movies as an actress, she's also, selecting the best for us. So anyway, I love her as a sponsor.
Absolutely. The sponsor's name, by the way, is Twin Engines Global. So a big thank you to Twin Engines Global for supporting this show. Well, Holly, that's it for today. But I do want to remind everybody, go check out our website, faithonfilmtv.com. That's faithonfilmtv.com. Holly, see you next week.
See you next week.
Write to us at faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. That's faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Faith on Film TV. Also, go to our YouTube channel, Faith on Film TV, and hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications on our latest Faith on Film shows.